What's up, guys? Welcome to the next video on C++. Today we're gonna start. We're gonna see what's program control statements. So, what is program control statements? All right. So the program, it is a statements that control a program's flow of execution. So there are three categories to program control statements. As we see that is statement is that we say that is statements that controls the program's flow of execution. So it means that it controls all the programs, whatever the executions happen, the flowing of the program. So all right, so the first one is so there are three categories to program control statement. The first one is selection statements. All right, so the example is if and switch. So we have like we're going to compare, we're going to select if this is true or this is false, and switch, we're going to switch between our options, our option 1, option 2, option 3. So that's the first one. The second was the iteration statements, e.g. if there's for loop, while loop, and do while loops. So that's iteration statements. It goes for in a loop. So this is very important. The first and the all of these, like the if statements and selection statements, the if and switch, plus the iteration statements is for while and do while, is very, very important. You guys going to see this a lot. So and jump statements, jumps means break. Continue, return, and go to. Break is self-explanatory. It means it's a break, to break the program. Continue is also self-explanatory. It means it's continue the programs, don't stop, and return, that we've seen already, return 0 or return 1, and go to. So we're going to see that go to in our next videos. All right, so the if statement. What is if statement? So we're going to put an if, then open parentheses and close parentheses, and inside the if is expression. So that's our squiggly bracket. Say here is stopping our block, or you can call it block, and closing, and inside it is a statement sequence, whatever we want to put it there. So the first one is if, then the expression, and the statement comes inside the block. So the expression is, sometimes we compare it, like if 1 is equal to 1, or if this string is correct, or if, say, in PHP and other programming languages, if you guys working on a website, so we put it if the user is logged in, our user is valid, our user is okay, our user is admin. So the if is very important. Statement is useless because to write a program, even if the guys who put it there, they've done an excellent job. So if is very, very important. You guys see this a lot. All right, so with this one we have a optional else. If you put a if, then you can put a else, and also it's got a statement sequence after the else. So if else, sometimes you guys put it that if, then open parenthesis expression, 1 is equal to 1, then you put it, you want to put output something here, and then you want to put else. So if this is true, put this one, output this one, else output this one. So say if you guys working on a website or something, you just put, if user is logged in, you guys output here, hi, welcome to our website, else please go back to the login page, or validate yourself, whatever. All right, so after if statement, we're going to see that what is nested if statements. So this is if statements, whatever we've seen here, if expression, then open block, or squiggly brackets, curly braces, curly braces, then statements, and then else. It's also got a state sequence. Then nested if statements is if, say, we want to compare I to 1 and we want to output something, so we put our first if, and inside it we put our second if after the first if, and then we put our third if. But you guys make sure that you always close your block. So the first, this block comes in here, it's going to wrap these two in. So this one, the first one wraps this one, and the second, this one wraps this one around. So, and the compiler is smart enough to figure out that this is nested if statement. So this is the first if you're comparing I to 1 and we're outputting something, that curly braces all the way here, and the second one says I if j is equal to 1, and we're putting C out, the second one's here, and the third one if k is equal to 1 and we want to output something, the third one here. So the third one comes into the loss. You guys can put as many if as you want. You can put even 40, 50, 60, as long as all these closing curly braces are behind each other. So, and the compiler is smart enough to figure out that this is nested if statement. All right, the last one is the if else if. So if also is got a condition, then a statement, and then after that then else if also a condition. So if we comparing something statement, then immediately after that else if, we already knew that the if condition and then statement, then after this is also condition. You guys notice that I didn't put curly braces, but that's fine with the C++, as long as it's like in a letter, like if it's coming like if condition then statement, then else if condition then statement, and else if then condition then statement. It's like a letter, like steps. If it's like this, you don't need curly braces. You guys see this a lot in programs, and you guys with the dot 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 means you can write whatever you want. So this is like a ladder, like steps. You guys can say if condition statement, then else if condition, then you can put your statement there, then else if this condition, if it's true or false, then statement, then else if, and at the end when you guys want to finish it, it must end up with else then statement. So that's how we do. That's if some people call it ladder, some people call it steps, but whatever suits you guys, whatever you guys happy to call it. If else if, you guys see this a lot. If condition then statement, then else if condition, then statement, then else if statement, then else if all the way, and at the end you guys can put it else, then you can put your last statement. This is similar to switch, which we're gonna discuss in future videos, but at the moment we're gonna concentrate on the flow of execution of programs. So we see as the main ones. We see the if else if, and we see the for loop, the while loop, do while loop, and we see that in the next videos. All right, so let's begin with programming this if else if. Or if the first one, we start with if